This is the last video in Season 6 of Sailing EV. By the end of this video, we'll be back where we started on Lake Ontario. Thank you to all of you out there who have been with me all this time. Those of you who have been following along on this crazy life adventure. So much has happened, and we've learned so much. And now that this trip is almost over, it's crazy to think how far we actually went. If you're new to this channel, there are hundreds of videos documenting this journey. If you want to start from the beginning, click the link in the top right screen. Sailing has literally saved my life. When I set out to explore this world and sail to the Bahamas, I realized one important thing. It can be done. Never forget that. Anything is possible. And you too can do this. Life is like a departing ship. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about all the things learned along the way. All the people I've met. All those times I thought I wouldn't be able to keep going. Those of you made comments in the comment section and encouraged me to move on. Thank you. We've learned that with the right boat and the right know-how and a little research on YouTube, you too can find a way to see these beautiful places. The day I untied the lines and left on this trip, Miami might as well literally have been on the moon. And the Bahamas, it just seemed so far away. Such an impossible place to get to. All those nights swinging around in the hook, waiting for weather. But eventually, I mustered up the courage and made it into the blue waters of the Bahamas. Actually being there, something so special. Thinking back on it now, it was like it was a dream. And now I want to get back there. I want to see more. If you look on Google Earth, we really haven't covered that much distance. In the last episode, we made our way up the Hudson River in an attempt to get back on Lake Ontario. In this video, we're going to get through the last few locks and onto Lake Ontario. And as I made my way up the Oswego Canal, those cold days, heading into the winter, with the mast down, it's a sort of sad feeling. Thousands of nautical miles later, there it was, back where I started. In order to get across Lake Ontario, we got to put this mast back up. That's what we're going to do in this video. So stick around as we complete this journey to the Bahamas and back, and get onto Lake Ontario and get back to where we started so we can start another sailing adventure.
One more lock to go, guys. We're on Lake Ontario. Imagine that. Crazy. So, a little bit of current now. We're at this end. I don't know why. You gotta watch out. There's lots of rocks around here. But we will be in Oswego in like an hour, and that's it. We'll be on Lake Ontario. Very excited. Crazy to think we went all that way and all the way back, you know. I'm really glad that I'm returning though, you know, and completing the journey. So it's like I feel like there's closure on it and I can start something new. Very happy about that. So let's continue on.
As I made my way through the very last lock, one thing that struck me was how quick everything went. A year and a half went by just like that. Boom, there it was, back where I started. One thing I can say is, maybe we should think bigger next time. And that's what we're gonna do.
That's it, folks. We are officially on Lake Ontario. Lake Ontario's out there. Canada is on the other side of that lake. We are officially in freshwater, and it's not the greatest dock here. I called, no one answered, so I don't think that's my problem. Some of the guys from Stella here that helped me tie up. Anyway, that's it. I am gonna enjoy a mooring beer and go walk and have some fast food. That's my plan. So let's get at her. Masked up at 6:45 a.m. So we've got a lot of work to do. Let's do it. And I just got to tighten down the rigging now, and should be okay. You got to get it nice and straight. That's the whole point, right? And nice and tight. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. They've given me till 1 p.m. so I'm actually gonna clean the deck and do the electrics and get everything sorted, throw out all my garbage, get everything scrubbed down, and we should be good, I hope. Let's get at her. Let's get to work here. that. She's a sailboat again. Isn't that great? So it's a day later. Yesterday I spent all day putting up the mast, cleaned off the decks, got everything organized. The inside's a disaster, but there's tools everywhere, but very beautiful. Look at that. So we're in freshwater. We are on Lake Ontario, and I have to be in my home port by the 21st. Has to happen. I have an appointment, a very important appointment. I have to check into the country. A subscriber has asked me, has offered me a night at Rochester Marina, and I may take him up on that. The only thing is you know, I'm scrambling to get to Frenchman's Bay, and it's more than 100 nautical miles away. So that's my issue at this point. I may stop in there. I won't be able to stay long. Plan is just to go to Rochester, across to Alcott, and then cross the lake into Ajax, into Frenchman's Bay and Pickering. That's the plan. Return to my home port after all this time to begin the next phase of the channel, which is going to be repairing this boat, and then we are going to go somewhere very far away. All right, it's a couple days later here in Oswego. So I'm blessed with a good weather window to cross Lake Ontario. It's going to be 22 degrees today and tomorrow. Right now it's freezing, but whatever, it's 10 degrees. So sails are up, everything's fine. I just got to strap that generator down. It's a downwind sail. It's going to be 15 knots of wind tomorrow, just 9 knots of wind right now, which is perfect. All right, so I'll motor sail across to, the situation is I can't go to my home port. The lake is too low. I can't even get into Frenchman's Bay. Okay, Whitby Marina are full. There's one other place that I can haul out. It's called Wiggers. All right, and I'm talking to them right now, but I've talked to another guy that's going to let me keep my boat at a place called Stillwater Basin. It's in Belleville, Ontario. So that's my only option. So let's untie the lines, go get diesel, and cross. We're going to cross right now to a really cool lake in the middle of Lake Ontario. So let's do it. Well, we just took our departure out of Oswego. Oswego's back there. And we are officially on Lake Ontario. Fresh water, imagine that. So, we're doing 4.5 knots. There's not enough wind to actually sail. I can only do 2 knots with the sails up only. I got the engine on quarter throttle, and we're doing 4.5. So that's not so bad. We'll get there, we'll get to Main Duck pretty quickly, like 4:30. And we'll get settled in. I'm gonna walk around the island and show you guys this really cool place. I mean, it is something out of a novel. It's a really beautiful place, mysterious island. So without further ado, let's get her, let's give her. Oh, look at these sails. I'll tell you, not having an autopilot sucks. It really does. You got a hand steer. It's sort of a pain in the butt. I've gotten real used to not. Usually I set the autopilot and I sit down and watch movies or go down below. So it's a pain in the butt. Look at this. See this band here? This is the band that broke. Anyway, I was thinking about maybe like sewing it together or something. I might do that actually tonight. I got to take the steering wheel off, and you know, I've got it apart. I can't get the bloody helm off though. It's just like stuck there. Last time it came right off. Now the helm's stuck on the screw there. I don't know, it's rusted on there or something. Jesus. So I talked to the Canadian Border Patrol a minute ago, and so if you guys are wondering how to check into Canada as a Canadian citizen, they've asked me to go to a CBSA approved marina and call them. And they said, you know, we need to know about firearms, drugs, and all the rest of it, right? And food and everything. I said, hey, I got some ground beef I purchased in the US. And they were like, don't worry about that. So that's good. So they know that I'm going to Maine Duck, you know, and I'm not worried at all. The great thing about being in the US is, as a Canadian citizen, is it's easy to, they treat you really nice, but I'm Canadian. I'm a citizen of Canada. So, I mean, there's a feeling of like, I'll do whatever I want. I live here. This is my country. You know what I mean? So, pretty happy about that. We'll document the whole thing. I'm gonna push a camera right in their face because it's Canada. You can do whatever you want in Canada, pretty much. I mean, it's funny, guys. Like you go to the U.S. and the law enforcement, in my opinion, is oppressive. In Canada, you don't get that. Okay. I mean, the last time I had any interaction with police was years ago, and it was maybe at a checkpoint, one of those DUI checkpoints, and they just wave you through. You don't. The police in Canada are not oppressive at all. I mean, it's crazy. You know, you can go in the north parts and do whatever you want, and as long as you're not doing anything illegal, you won't see police. They're so nice. It's crazy. Like, you go downtown Toronto, there's cops walking around. They don't, it's not like the US at all. Okay? You can't have guns. You gotta have permits for guns. It's not like in the US where you can like open carry. You can't do that in Canada, all right? But you can have guns. You just gotta have a permit. And it's actually pretty easy to get one. It's just, like a firearms permit. It's not hard to do at all. And they make you lock your guns up and shit. So anyway, I don't have any guns, but it'd be interesting to see. So I found one of the marinas that's approved. The marina that I'm going to isn't approved. So I'm going to just call them when I get to the Bay of Quinte Yacht Club. That'll be tomorrow night. Call them and say, hey, here you go. I'm here. So, and then I can do whatever I want because I'm Canadian. All right. It's a bit stressful being in the U.S. because I'm not a U.S. citizen, okay? But, you know, I feel relief. That's the whole point. So, we're doing all right, I guess. We're doing 4.7 knots. I'm pulled out, wing on wing. I got the engine going because there isn't much for wind. There's a little bit of swell. I'm sure you can't see it on camera as usual. But the conditions are perfect. It's comfortable. 24 nautical miles away from our destination, which is an island in the middle of Lake Ontario. 99% of people don't realize there's an island in the middle of Lake Ontario. It's not in the center, it's off to the north, but it's in the middle. It's right on the border. Okay, it's in Canadian waters. So I talked to the border guys, they know I'm going there. They're gonna meet me at a marina tomorrow, and they're gonna search my boat. I can see Maine Duck Island. It's actually land ho was like an hour ago, but I can see the shape outline of the island here. I'm gonna go around and in. Waves have increased a little bit here. It's a bit swelly. I'm definitely gonna try and go. There's an area that's really protected, and you can go right in. There's a dock. I'm gonna try and get in there. And if not, I know where there's a little cove where I can anchor. So I'm gonna give it a try. We'll be there at 4:04 p.m. It's 2:11 right now, so another hour and 45 minutes. And we'll be at Maine Duck, which is great. Nice and warm out here today. It's fantastic. No, there's not much for wind though. There really isn't.
it is the next morning here at Main Duck. Beautiful island here. The colors are changing. There's the dock where I couldn't get in yesterday. And the island kind of goes all the way around into the sun here. There's another island over there. Main Duck, wow. All right, so we have about 35 nautical miles to do today to get to where I need to go. I need to check into the country. So they've asked me to go to the Bay of Quinte Yacht Club and go there and call them. And they're gonna come and search the boat, just like in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Yes, I'm gonna record as much as I can because this is my home country. And as a citizen of this country, I feel being in America for that long, I live here. This is my country, so I'll do whatever I want, which is great. There's good wind going in the direction. It's going to be a bit of a downwind sail, kind of. It's pretty gusty, but yeah, I would have went ashore, guys. I really would have. But we got to check into the country. I gotta get there and get all this organized. So I know I said I was going to be in my home port. I had to be in my home port. Now I've arranged a ride to get there, so I need to get in. So we're not going to explore this island. Maybe I'll show you some clips of when I was here last. If we had been able to get into that dock, we'd be exploring right now. And it's a little windy to fly the drone. Yeah, Main Duck's very cool. Maybe we'll be back one day soon. I don't know. Let's get in. Let's put the sails up and get into Belleville and move on to the next phase. End this trip officially and start the next one. The next phase of the channel, which is huge, guys. Absolutely huge. Stick around, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Just because we're going to end our Bahamas trip doesn't mean anything. We are starting something even bigger and more challenging, and that's the God's honest truth. So let's get out here, start the engines and put some diesel in right now. I checked the oil already, and let's get in there into Belleville.
Just about to enter the Bay of Quinte. We made it across the lake. All right, so there is 1.86 nautical miles, and we'll be on all this swell. And I didn't practice this with my spotlight anchor or carry the sails down to have something to eat because I'm starving. And then we'll have 20 nautical miles left today for the rest of the trip. So. No, you always got that worry in the back of your head that something bad will go wrong last minute. It's always possible, right? So, fingers are crossed still. We'll make it in. Let's get in there. Roughly 20 nautical miles left to Belleville. I don't think I'm going to make it tonight. It's already 4 p.m. So, and there's only one comfortable anchorage between here and Belleville, and it's in about 8 nautical miles. I mean, there's no real rush. I mean, who cares, right? What's one extra day? I love downwind sailing. So great. It's so peaceful. And the boat kind of just steers itself. I don't have my autopilot working right now because I broke the band, but it's great. So, just loving it. So we'll get in there tomorrow. Not a big deal. I'll take care of it tomorrow. I think that's enough for today. Sun will be gone in a little bit here. So let's continue on. Drop the hook up here around the corner where the wind's going this way. So as soon as it kind of makes a Z pattern here, I'd like to get onto that corner, drop the hook so that the wind's, coming unprotected essentially. And it's not going to be rocky and crazy all night long. All right, let's get it. Well, we're at anchor. Look at that. This is cottage country here in Canada.
These are all cottages here. People stay here on weekends and stuff. Nice little anchorage. It's pretty windy. You can see the dark bands out there. It's pretty windy out there. I chose this area on purpose. You can see the dark bands out there. This is like a little wind shadow here. Belleville is right there. So it's 10 nautical miles away. We can do that tomorrow and check in. That's it. I'm gonna relax and have some food, get some sleep. What a day. We crossed Lake Ontario. You can smell the pine trees here. It's very silent. Sound of birds. Crazy to think this boat came all that way. She still looks good too, look. She looks fine. All right, let's enjoy the rest of the evening. So the next day I did manage to get into Myers Pier and check in with the CBSA. And I don't know if I'm going to make a video about that. Make a comment down below if you want to see the details. It's kind of interesting how reality sort of hit me after being away for a year and a half and kind of wondering what the hell to do this late in the season. I don't know if I want to cover that. We might get into that. I'm not sure. Make a comment down below. But in the next couple videos, we are going to go sailing from Bermuda all the way down to Antigua. Maybe we'll get into those videos. Make a comment down below what you think I should cover next. So that was it. A year and a half of sailing down to the Bahamas. We made it back into Canada late in the winter. And reality sets in. So, if you really like these videos, click the like button, subscribe to the channel. That's it for this video. And that's the end of season 6. The beginning of season 7 will start in the next video. Hope everybody enjoyed the whole trip. That's it for this video. Captain Michael signing out. We'll see you next week at 8:45 a.m. on Sunday.